Israel's announced plans to send a negotiating team to Qatar for talks on a Gaza ceasefire proposal. It follows pressure from US President Donald Trump to end the war. Families of Israeli captives gathered overnight in what they call Hosted Square in Tel Aviv. Thousands are calling on Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to agree to a ceasefire deal for the release of their relatives. Netanyahu is expected to meet with Trump in Washington, D.C. in the coming days. Nour is in Amman. She's there because the Israeli government has banned Al Jazeera from reporting inside Israel and the occupied West Bank. She has more on where the ceasefire negotiations stand.
It took the Israeli cabinet 5 hours of heated discussion that often devolved into shouting matches to agree to send negotiators to Doha to talk ceasefire, the 60 days proposed by the American mediators. Of course, this despite the Israeli Prime Minister saying that the observations that Hamas had proposed were unacceptable to Israel. Nonetheless, the fact that the U.S. president is invested in this proposal explains why the delegation was sent to Doha. There are serious disagreements, namely the distribution of aid and the redeployment of Israeli forces. Israel wants to maintain control, wants the so-called Gaza Humanitarian Foundation to continue controlling who gets aid and how much of it in those four aid distribution centers that the UN is describing as death traps. Hamas wants the United Nations to resume aid distribution in the more than 400 points that existed in Gaza before Israel broke the ceasefire in March. In the meantime, of course, Israel's assault on Gaza and the occupied West Bank continue unabated. In the West Bank, tens of thousands of Palestinians have been displaced, and that keeps the coalition together, because at the heart of the agreement holding together this government is the idea that Israel must annex the occupied West Bank. So even if concessions are given in Gaza, the agenda on the West Bank stays the same. Nour, Odeh, Al Jazeera, Amman.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.